I got cut. All right. All right. Welcome back to Gunkclimber Talks Climbing. This is going to be a good one. Yeah. We're going to talk future plans today. And, we're quite a few beers into it and some edibles and everything else.
There is no future.
Yeah, there is no future after this. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to Isaac.
What?
That's a good call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What did you want to plug?
Me?
Yeah, you said some.
No,
Oh, you're plugging it? Redemption?
Redemption Riot.
All right. Drink your redemption. All right. So, Isaac, what's your future plans? Like any good crazy goals that you're planning on doing?
I mean, Matt and I were just talking about I'd like to fucking finish climbing Carajo up in the Gunks. That would be...
Is that the Gunks or is that...
That's in the Gunks, yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Haycock.
He's got a project at Haycock long term.
Oh,
It's it's evil having a
suck my dick.
Great climb thing.
having a project that you're working on for that long, especially when you're super close,
And just
is
trying it over and over and over and over
Really
again. And
frustrating. I probably won't even be happy when I finish it. I'm just going to be like, "Fuck you! I finally did it.
I want to never
Leave
do
me
you
alone."
ever again.
I am
seriously
I am leaving this rock.
No, I will
never
actually.
want to climb this ever again.
Is that how like a lot of long-term projects are? They're kind of like divorces where you're like,
Yeah, by the
"What
time
the
you're done
fucking
with it, you're
deal?"
like, yes. Pretty much.
like fucking.
Yes.
You know, but it's one of those things too. Like when you finally do it, you're gonna have this retrospective attitude. You're like, "Oh yeah, that thing was fucking great."
I know. Afterwards, you're just like,
you gotta
"It was
lie
so
to
much
yourself.
fun."
You're gonna be like, "Yeah, that was worth it."
Yeah. When we were doing that hike up at Red Rocks, I would say about 5 minutes into it, I was already going like, oh, this is a really bad idea. And we have 8 hours more to go.
That was you
know?
and Seth.
That was me and Seth, yeah, with 100 pounds on our back.
That
going
was when you
pretty
kept
much,
giving him more gear.
Yeah.
He's a machine. Just keep giving it to him.
Seth.
Like if you asked him the version of the story, he's like, "Man, by the end, I was carrying everything."
And loving it.
Hey, man. I had to slow that guy down somehow. Yeah, that was.
Was the 8 hours just the hike for that?
What'd you guys end up doing though?
We
Didn't
thought
you
it
do,
would be like it says I think it says 2 or 3 hours in the book. So we're
Didn't
like
you stop and do
4 or 5 hours. It was 8.
Oof.
Would you? That was a champagne chalice. Is that what you did, or no?
No, this is a rainbow wall in Red Rocks. So it's like all the climbing that we did. If you look really far in the distance, that's a rainbow wall. Is other than where you guys were in Black Canyon. And it looks so
I thought
close
you guys-
because you're like in your car and you're like, we're just going right there. I can see it. It can't be that far away.
And that's how everything out west is, though. It's such an illusion.
Didn't you guys get on chalice or what the fuck?
Oh,
is that called? What is that fucking
Crystal?
Crystal chalice, crystal motherfucking 510.
Yeah, something like that. No, that one's an 8. That one's an 8 all the way up.
It's an 8.
Yeah, the other one we did was a 10. That was Unimpeachable Groping. Right? Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
Named right after the...
If you're gonna get impeached for groping,
it was awesome.
You're way up in that shit.
What year was that established?
Could be like a mid-90s.
Yeah, probably a long time ago. Mid-90s, probably like 70s or something. It's only a 10.
What?
A 10,
I was thinking it was a Clinton era.
It's a mixed trad, too. It has a lot of
or-
bolts.
Maybe Nixon had some groping mixed in there.
Actually, had a
man.
lot of bolts in
Impeachment.
that one.
You can't get impeached for anything these days.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm gonna fist you, and you're gonna fucking love it.
On Fifth Avenue.
My bad.
Towel.
He can't hear you.
He's our sound guy.
That was
Impeachable Groping. Yeah, I think that was an easier 10. And I was leading the first pitch, and it starts out on top of this big rock with a tree, and they tell you probably want to stem off the tree until you get the first clip.
That's cheating.
And
It is cheating.
it is cheating until you realize the first bolt's 25 feet away. That's the first bolt.
Don't be a coward.
That's what crash
Make it an
pads are
epic.
for. You take the crash pad.
I wasn't bringing the crash pad up there. We were the hike
with your 100 pounds of gear.
Yeah, with it. No, this was a light day because we were coming off. We weren't going to camp up there. Yeah. Other than we did a 12 for the big wall.
Like I feel like it's bulkier than a stick clip, but I really enjoyed taking the crash pad because once it's done being a crash pad, then it folds up and you have a nice comfy seat to.
Yeah, and you got a nice bed there. You could just crash out.
I feel like
Nap the children.
Are you suggesting you should take a stick clip on a multi-pitch climb?
No. I already feel like enough of a.
Chris has already admitted he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm on this third pitch.
I'm not saying
I'm going to extend this 30-foot fucking pole.
I'm just saying, like,
Clink!
because when I first started climbing, the idea of a stick clip made me kind of be like, I don't really like this. Just seems
like it seems stupid, or
like my vagina is
yeah,
huge.
it seems like you're cheating. You're like, okay, clip done, and no. But like a crash pad, it's like, okay, you're doing a boulder problem, and then you reach 20 feet,
It's
and
like
you made the clip.
It's the difference between
And
I'm
now
going to
the crash
fall
pad-
and I'm going to protect a fall versus I'm going to fall and not fall.
Yeah, but I don't really know what you said. But I'm sure.
yeah, like the crash pad protects the fall
I'm really
versus stick
sure-
clip. You're just setting yourself up on a mini top rope.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so when you're done with the, when you make the first clip, the crash pad just becomes a seat for other people. And,
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
but
we've done that before.
But it really felt like I don't want.
Are we getting into climbing ethics here?
I don't want to say. Well, I don't want to say anything now.
Say it, Chris.
Are
you
we
can do
getting
it.
into climbing ethics?
We can get into climbing ethics.
Well, it's the
It
virtuoso.
just felt like
between, like how do you approach a rock face you've never climbed before? Are you like, yeah, I'm gonna never fucking dab, or like what's your goal? What are you trying to do? And it's different between a boulder and El Cap.
Sure.
Well,
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, and so I feel like it's the first like 20, 30 feet are all the same. Whether you're trad climbing, sport climbing, bouldering, it's like the first 30 feet.
No, I mean,
Or
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with protecting that with a crash
30
pad.
feet of El Cap are terrifying.
yeah.
Well, I've never been to Yosemite, so I don't really. But what I'm saying is like, if you fall in the first like so many feet, like having a crash pad there is good. But like stick clipping is like, and
You feel like the crash pad has
now I feel like I'm
more
talking shit on
ethical.
people who stick clip. But like, yeah, if you just throw down a crash pad, but like but then I understand the logistics of bringing in a crash pad with like all the other gear you need.
Dude, let's make a crash pad on El Cap.
Well, maybe that makes it more pure. I don't know. But I don't know.
Sure, no one's going to sit there and laugh at you.
I'm doing the king swing with the crash pad.
I've never been.
You leave the crash pad on the ground, and you have your minions carry that back for you.
You do leave the crash pad on the ground.
Like the animals, like the bear's going to take that.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I really enjoyed using a crash pad for the first clip rather than a stick clip because on like the 100 whatever foot, like
on a single pitch
route, the crash pad feels more like I'm actually climbing this thing rather than well, I'm still climbing it, but the protection.
I'm thinking of the Alex Honnold was inflatable crash pad. Did you remember that?
It was
like
on,
an April
it was like
Fool's
that
joke
ghetto
or something.
Yeah.
It was like when he.
So it was confusing because they had the heated chalk bag.
I actually bought that.
I know,
that
but then
existed.
they had the Honnold air pack. Next week, I'm like, is this real? You know what I'm saying?
That was the one that when he
see
solos, he's got this airbag on his back and he'll just land on it. That was like an April Fool's joke or something. I forget, but
that's what I did with a bag of Tostitos. Here's my plug, Tostitos.
It's like an airbag in your backpack.
When we were at Summersville and we were coming
fell
down
on Tostitos and they saved your life.
Yeah, no, we were using this rope to descend down. Do you remember going to Pirates Cove?
Yeah.
And the knot caught on a rock, and then the knot. And I fell like 10 feet, but I had a bag of Tostitos in my backpack.
This is going well.
And the bag popped, and all the chips crunched. But
it saved you when you fell off your bouldering problem.
It saved me from... No, it wasn't even a boulder problem.
Utter decimation of a bruise.
It's like all those collapsible portions of your bumper, that like...
Yeah.
Avoid injury because they, absorb all the impact.
Yeah, no, we were just...
What was going to be the maximum injury in that Frito bag save?
He landed flat on his back. It could have been bad, Matt.
It
really bad.
Really bad. Like, I know I exaggerated.
He probably would have said, oof.
I know I was just about to say, I know I exaggerate a lot of stuff, but...
that 4-foot fall.
But no, like...
There's different levels of epics.
My epic was a bag of Tostitos.
You were so right, because I feel like my epics are just not epics in some level.
Yeah, compared to some.
Right, what's your baseline?
Yeah.
Now we have a new one.
Tostitos are the baseline.
So we all head to the big wall. We got the rope. We get the haul bag.
In the Tostitos.
Chris is carrying the Tostitos pack.
I'm
upset.
Look, make sure they're scoops, because they're... If they're regular Tostitos, they're flat, and they're not going to crunch as much. I feel like the scoops would have like an extra cushion.
We've gone from limo pontoon boat to scoop Fritos.
The edibles are
the
killing
scoop
us.
Frito. It's an easy idea.
Third episode here.
We don't need to put a whole lot of thought into the scoop.
I love it. No, I'm not arguing. I love it.
They're good. Everybody should love it.
So as far as
anyway, back to
bigger
climbing.
Projects,
future projects,
future plans, whatever.
Future plans.
I mean, just more general. Want to keep climbing and pushing myself, but nothing specific. I really
no. Yeah, that's why you got to work on trad, because it gets to you like, I want to do a big wall now, and I want to do this one.
Northwest face half dome.
Yeah.
El Cap.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I have 10 years before I'm going to be logistically able to do any of that for myself, unfortunately, because
they're going to be my age.
I have small kids. Yes. See, and that all kind of ties together. You're like, I can't really.
I have a great divorce lawyer.
Thank you. If I need that service, I will let you know. Mystery man on the left.
You're welcome.
So yeah, my projects are smaller.
Oh. Chris, where are you heading?
No, I was just going to say, Aaron spends a lot of time online.
No, I had no idea.
She will find you.
She'll find you. And she'll...
He's saying Aaron's going to watch this and be like, Matt. I'm
not saying anything.
Oh.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm just saying, if you want to climb more, I have an answer to your problem.
I actually climb a ton. I thought, going off on climbing with all the other life balance shit, I climb fucking 4 days a week. It's fucking great. Yeah. But I would always like to get outside more, and I would like to do some big wall stuff when I know logistically I can. It's not going to happen for another 5-10 years.
You're there.
So you gotta just move your business to the West Coast. It's
tempting.
You really should.
Yeah.
So
I know we've talked about this a little bit.
Can we rehash Zion at one point here? Because I feel like that's a place that it should be.
Chris talking?
If we're talking about places we want to go and do stuff,
even on?
Let's go to Zion. I want to climb big, giant fucking splinter cracks at Zion.
Yeah. Big wall.
Yeah.
Plenty of big wall there.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm going to get into this, if feel like that would be a good place to do it.
You don't want us to throw you on El Cap with us, or you're like, huh.
I don't want to start at the Gunks or anything. Just whatever he's saying, like.
Well, Zion's pretty big.
Yeah,
Zion,
I know, but that's
like
where
20,
like the
what is that? 2,300.
You either die or don't.
1,500 to 2,300.
Or I guess everything's died.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah,
I go to Zion.
Yeah,
I'll start driving there tomorrow. Did you get your van all ready, Chris?
No.
Still working on it.
You guys can finish it on the way.
Yeah.
No.
So I have to change topics here because like I had plotted a whole bunch of the places we've been and climbed, and I was like, where's the easiest place to live in the future? And it's this shithole in Nevada that I think I'm going to buy some property in for like $42,000.
You can't talk about that now because everybody else is going to buy the property.
No one's watching. Especially with the amount we smoked and drank.
But if we're talking about like what are we going to do in the future, it's like it's the same thing. It's like, why the fuck do we live here in Philadelphia? Like, fuck. This sucks.
Yeah. West is where it's at. Like, I don't know.
Look at this giant mountain in the background here.
Yeah, I can.
It's a fucking climbing wall Eric built. It's 26 feet high.
Yeah. This is what you get on the East Coast.
It's amazing.
The East Coast, fuck. That's what you got.
It's what's your baseline. Like, hey, let's aim high.
You know what that's called out west?
Trash.
Bouldering problem. Not even.
Oh, I thought that's when you like open the trash can drawer from your kitchen island.
It's called a bouldering problem.
Yeah,
you see that.
But like, yo, let's find a place to build a spot.
Redneck whiskey,
where we can have your West Virginia ping pong table in the middle of fucking Nowhereville, Nevada.
Yeah.
So like, let's transplant or duplicate West Virginia.
Yeah, out
west.
Yeah,
let's have this spot to go from Yosemite to J Tree to Red Rocks to Smith Rock to like that's what like, and then we'll have the fucking limo in West Virginia on a fucking river.
J Tree,
whatever. Like let's talk big fucking. I want ambitious mother things to come out of this, because if you're gonna have a fucking YouTube channel, let's make some shit happen.
Yeah, man, J Tree would be a good spot, I think. Just like have, because it's super cheap. For one thing, the land out there is not very expensive, and you got J Tree 3 hours to Red Rocks.
Let's talk about you driving 90 miles an hour over a giant puddle of water. By the way,
was that not a good time? Speaking of epics, that was great.
That was an epic.
We were you're driving and there's no one, there's no gas station, there's nothing. You're in the middle of the desert, right? And you're just driving. So you tend to go 100 miles per hour because what else are you going to do when you're just driving in the desert?
Yeah, get there fast.
And we start coming up on these like kind of slopes that go up and down.
Once and however.
Yeah, it never rains out there, and it rained in Vegas. That's the reason why we were in J Tree. So we're like, let's avoid the rain. We'll climb here, and then we'll go back. So when we're going back, we're cruising. You go 100 miles per hour in the desert because there's really nothing. I mean, there's nothing. There's no cops going to be sitting in the middle of nowhere. It's usually the towns that they check anyway. It's usually like towns, they don't want you flying through the towns. But when you're in the middle of nowhere, there's usually nobody. So we're cruising along, and we're kind of like, what's that thing in the road up there? And we're flying, and what it was it was about 100 feet of a river going across the road.
Flash flood warning.
Yeah. And we cruised all the way across that thing at about 100 miles per hour.
I don't know how you can say we when I'm just sitting in the fucking back seat going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and we just cruised all the way over it, and we didn't really start to really fishtail the very end, and then we hit the road and right up the other side. The thing is, if we probably weren't going that fast, we probably would have swept over by this river going across the road. So it might have been a good thing. So it's probably we had a good speed going there.
Epic.
Yeah, that was an epic. That was fun. After climbing all day and just flying back to Vegas on the road. Yeah. What else were we talking about? building a place out there. Yeah, where's a good place to live?
So, I mean, like, that's the thing. Is like, why are we doing this thing here other than, hey, let's climb everything everywhere wherever we can? And so, like, to me, that the whole point of that is, like, let's do the same shit that you've been doing in West Virginia, where you got some guy who's willing to have fucking climbers be the thing.
Yeah.
Let's just do more of climbing things that are climbable.
Well, they do exist. A lot of people live in these areas, and they just have climbers living at their house.
Let's climb things that are climbable, dude.
Wait, you're talking about making like a little kind of like community center for climbers, or just like a place for them to be able to come in. And
I want to buy a piece of property in Nevada to basically have a spot for my RV and build a pool and a gun range, and then go climbing and shooting and snowboarding somewhere in the West.
Yeah, it is.
And have
amazing.
whoever wants to come out there, come out there.
I mean, you'll have a hot tub, right?
Fuck yeah, I'll have a hot tub. I mean,
that sounds like a great
limo pontoon boat isn't going to do too well in the desert.
Yeah, it's.
But ambitions.
this would be like the Oasis out there.
You're really gonna have to imagine that lake for it to happen.
It's not going to do too well in the hot tub either.
There's a give and take with everything.
Okay, yeah. But no, that sounds fantastic. I would,
yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
So who's buying the land?
I don't know. There's a bunch of cheap stuff out in Nevada.
There is.
It's like,
yeah,
you just got to find the spot where you want to be in some 7,000 population town. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, Vegas is one of the better areas because you're even closer. But
you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it costs a little bit more. I mean, like Jaytree, there's really no one around in those towns. Once you hit like the town right next to Jaytree, there's like a lot of people. You go like 2 miles in any direction, and it's just really kind of thins out fast, where there's nothing out there, so you can get land super cheap.
And with people, like people doing the mobile camping thing much more frequently now. I feel like you could setting up these communities would be a lot easier.
Yeah, they're getting out of hand though.
You might not need like services or even necessarily water or electricity because people are coming in their RVs or whatever.
Yeah, like bringing
parking spot.
Your van.
You just need a parking spot, and everything else is.
Well, did you guys see?
Where you're not going to have some jackass come tell you to move.
Yeah,
it's just like a place to be.
Did you guys see the problem they're having in Bishop with all these like they say it's just like an endless amount of cars parked there. And there's like no parking, and it's just kind of. I guess they're worried about destroying the area. But
kind of reminds
Bishop,
me
though, you can go like another 10 minutes further down and be on BLM land, and like that's what we did. But
yeah,
I
don't even mean
area
parking.
well
This
really
is just from all the climbers. They just said it's like overpopulated now.
I guess that
climbers. So.
That kind of reminds me of when you would camp along what was the road that went to the Gunks? And instead of going up to camp, you would just sleep in your car along the road.
Yeah,
and
they
haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything
anymore.
You could just do that.
Like you used to be able to just pull into the side of the road and be like, camping spot.
They have like no overnight parking type thing because they know about all of us. I don't know what the big deal is. But,
we have the power and you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, living in your vehicle?
I don't know.
But, it got really bad at the Gunks, so they're really cracking down at parking up there, so I don't know.
It's not like climbers bring money to a community.
Well, they do. They do. I mean, the Red survives off of climbers.
Was that not sarcastic enough?
Well, I got the sarcasm.
When you say the Red survives, that's literally Miguel's and a beer store.
That's what I'm saying. It's the climbers that
we employ 2 stores.
Good job. And that's why the new is better, because you can pretend to fund other businesses more easily than.
But I mean, without that, there would be nothing.
Yeah.
Like Miguel's is like this little hub of people and community and climbing all there. Which I mean, even if the idea you're talking about would kind of be central to a bunch of larger areas out west, but it would still be like a place where people could kind of come together and just be fun and
my major difference of it is like Miguel's is still a business. They're trying to make money. Like I to me, like the entire point of it's like why have climbing friends if it's not for like a pure purpose? So it's like just I would want to establish something that has no monetary value to it whatsoever, and it's purely just like, hey, let's get together and do cool shit.
Yeah, and that's the big difference with the red and the new for me is like the red is like, and I haven't been there in a while, but the red seems like people who are like, I just want to climb and I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna climb and
that's the
survive and climb.
Yeah.
And when you go to the new, there's like a little bit more of like outside life, things that aren't climbing are happening. And I don't, I guess that depends on a personal preference or someone start talking.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to go somewhere with that.
I was trying to go somewhere, but I
You're like the whiskey.
But
has one.
The whiskey. There's my plug for the whiskey. But no, like the new is great if your thing isn't just climbing and sleeping and climbing and sleeping.
And what do you mean, like kayaking or something?
No, like you can go get like a good dinner at those places in Fayetteville.
Like sometimes you just want some time off. But like when I would go to the red, it's like you climb and you sleep and you climb and you sleep and you hang out and like.
So what you're saying, you go to the red and you actually climb. If you go to the new, you like, slack off and start going.
Partly. But no, like the new, you still climb.
Are you saying the new is Yuppieville for climbing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Chris said it.
I didn't say.
In the middle of Nowhereville, West Virginia is Yuppieville because they have the sandwich shop.
You climb and there are like. Well, are places
it's two different. It's two different types of areas. Like one really is like a small city for West Virginia, where the other one really is like there's nothing there. It's not really. It's like the smallest town right off of the highway there, and then you still have to take the road up, and there's not much around.
There's a gas station, a beer store.
Yeah,
that's
all you need
to be. Yeah, that's really.
And then the oil fields that we climb in.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, got two. All right, got 2 minutes. Yeah. We got to sum up our red. What were we talking about? We were all around the place. We were out west, then we're talking about Red River.
Don't ask me to try to sum up anything I've talked about.
All right, well, we've smoked, drank too much for this episode.
Trad to portalages to
we were talking about future projects.
To capitalism versus
oh, don't get me started.
Future projects.
Future projects, that sums it up. Yeah. We stayed on topic the whole time.
Future projects. Matt's making a village.
Fucking bocow.
All right, who's calling?
Nobody saw anything.
All right, well, so that sums it up for the day. We're pretty much wasted and need to stop doing this anyway. So look for me on YouTube, Gunkclimber, YouTube, Instagram, Isaac outside on a bouldering prom, Chris drinking a beer somewhere, and that guy on the end of the couch.
Look for Pennsylvania local breweries. Trogs.
That's where you'll find Chris. Yeah, sweet. All right, see you next time.